A driver we were told was off the high limit tour is back, and we'll talk through the curious situation today, plus more USAC silly season moves, an update on Ricky Thornton Jr.'s Chili Bowl dilemma, and more. Let's go. It's Sunday, December 22nd. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is Dirt Tracker Daily presented by Kubota Genuine Parts. Today's show is being supported by SprintCarUnlimited.com. You guys hear me talk about Jeremy here on the show all the time, and I've been a paid subscriber to his site since 2021. That's because there's just nobody out there doing the type of work you can find at SprintCarUnlimited.com. In just the last few weeks, we've talked about this. He broke a bunch of news that included Chase Dietz to Stamen, Freddie Raymer out, and Brock Zierfoss in with Eichelberger, plus the Kyle Reinhardt and Preston Latimus stuff with Capital Renegade, and the news just that last week with Gerard McIntyre going into the Scott Kalman car. So with a subscription, you get breaking news, regular commentary, plus his weekly podcast. And right now through January 3rd, you can get all of this for just $28 a year when you use code HOLIDAY2024 at checkout. That's code HOLIDAY2024 at checkout at SprintCarUnlimited.com. $28 a year is less than $2.50 a month. That's a lot of stuff for less than $2.50 a month. And if you want even more, check out the Sprint Car Unlimited YouTube channel where Jeremy does his daily 90 at 9 videos, plus regular interviews on the deep dive. Thanks to SprintCarUnlimited.com for the support of Dirt Tracker. In a sort of unexpected reversal, we found out on Friday that Kasey Kahne actually will be back in 2025 as a full-time driver on the road with High Limit. Kahne followed his employee and teammate in Brad Sweet to High Limit for 2024 after being out with the Outlaws full-time previously. It wasn't an easy season, though, for the 18-time NASCAR Cup Series winner, as he ended up 14th in the final standings with just a single top 5 and 9 top 10s in 45 feature appearances. Kahne's car ran without a ton of sponsorship all season after losing previous partner Caravan Trailers, and crew help was an issue from start to finish. There were some bright spots, though, towards the end of the season with a top 5 run during that high limit makeup at Wheatland and a 5th place run on Friday at World Finals against the Outlaws. I say this move was unexpected because back in October, when we found out that Eric Prutzman wouldn't be back as Brad Sweet's crew chief next year, the plan then was for Kane to run a pick-and-choose schedule a lot shorter and have Prutzman oversee all of KKR while taking the lead on Kane's team. It was kind of the whole point of Prutzman's change. He was, not to have to travel so much, but still stay involved at KKR. And the whole plan was spelled out in Jeremy Elliott's story, including quotes from Prutzman about all of it. The plan led to Ty Wolfgang then deciding against taking the crew chief role at CJB with, what he thought was going to be Justin Peck in the car. The prospect of getting to crew chief for Sweet and CJB's hire of Brennan Crouch led Wolfgang's change then in plans. With Kane back full-time, though, Prutzman will be at least 61 races next year. That's the high limit schedule, with likely more than that coming. I have a hard time believing Kane is going to sit out some of the crown jewels. So this whole situation, I think, is kind of odd. It would seem to me that if you were breaking in a new crew chief, you would do that with Kane in a lower pressure deal and give Sweet the best shot to win races in the championship with Prutzman. But that doesn't appear to be what they're doing. The announcement does point to Kane going racing with Prutzman next year. The addition of Kane back, though, does boost High Limit to 9 teams right now for 2025. He joins Brad Sweet, Tyler Courtney, Spencer Baston, Dazen Persley, Aaron Reitzel, Justin Peck, Tanner Thorson, and probably Rico Abreu on that list. Brent Marks still unconfirmed, as is the CJB car with Crouch. I would expect, though, the CJB 5 to either go Outlaws or High Limit. It's likely possible that the loss of so many of the High Limit regulars from this past season was a motivating factor here in Kane returning. Those not back, we know, include Parker Price Miller, Jacob Allen. The Roth 83 seems like it's not coming back. We already know James McFadden is off to Australia, and Chris Wyndham. Other questions obviously remain on the Vermeer 55 and Crouch 1 cars. At this moment, I have not heard of any new additions coming for High Limit. I'll be curious to hear what your thoughts are on this, this change for Kane and Prutzman. Do you find this as strange as I do? Because it is a little bit odd here. On the USAC Sprint Car side, you can add 2 more teams to the list of full-timers on that side for next season. Late on Thursday came word that Hayden Reinbold will add a full USAC Sprint Car run to a schedule that's already included full-time midget racing the past few seasons. Reinbold has been a regular with the Extreme Outlaw Midget Series in recent years and will now expand to the USAC National Sprint Cars and USAC National Midgets. He was an extreme winner at I-44 Riverside late in 2023. He was 6th in the extreme standings this year and had a top 5 and 2 top 10s in 12 USAC midget appearances. He'll continue racing for the Reinbold Underwood team. He's going to be joined on the sprint car trail by Mitchell Moles, who's been a Reinbold Underwood driver since 2022. Moles knows how to win. I think he's going to be a solid teammate for Hayden to lean on in this rookie season. I believe the addition of Reinbold and the confirmation of Moles back takes us to 6 so far for the USAC National Sprint Cars. These two join CJ Leary, Briggs Danner, Logan Seavey, and Jake Swanson as full-timers next year on that tour. Updating a story we talked about a few weeks ago, it sounds as though nothing has really changed with Ricky Thornton Jr. and that Chili Bowl conflict with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series opener at Golden Isles next month. Kyle McFadden with Dirt on Dirt did a story about this late last week. He had quotes from RTJ that were about the same as I got before. The plan remains for Thornton to race at Chili Bowl on that Tuesday, then fly from Tulsa to Georgia to race on Wednesday night in the late model. He'll stay there through Friday, and then depending on the weather situation and whatever happens at Chili Bowl, they'll decide Saturday plans from there. We haven't been including the defending Lucas champion on either national tour list here recently because RTJ told me before that they hadn't made a decision yet, and he echoed those same comments to McFadden. He says the Kohler 20 RT squad will run a national tour, but they are still undecided between Lucas and the Outlaws. No matter which choice they make, I think we'd expect the 20 RT to be the favorite on either side for the title. Obviously, Bobby Pierce may think different on the Outlaw side, but it's hard to argue against Thornton's stats the last few seasons. It would at least be split odds on the Outlaw side between those two. Once Chili Bowl starts in a few weeks, I think this could be one of the more interesting storylines to follow, especially if the weather stays nice in Georgia and RTJ locks in on his prelim night, which would then force him to make that choice. We haven't seen prelim night rosters yet, but Buddy Kofoid has been a Tuesday guy, and before that, it was Larson. So RTJ, he's not going to have an easy path here on Tuesday to lock in. Looking at some regional late model stuff, the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series has its first committed driver for 2025. They revealed on Friday that Tennessee driver Christian Hanger will join the tour for the first time. Hanger won the Ice Bowl at Talladega in 2022 and is a multi-time winner with the Southern All-Stars. I think we're probably looking at some significant changes to that Hunt the Front roster for next season. We know that 2024 champion Brandon Overton has moved over to Riggs and the Longhorn Factory team and is set to chase the Lucas title. Ashton Winger talked not that long ago about pondering a national tour run. He was second a year ago, so that's your top two in the standings. Those guys had 3 wins, 24 top 5s, and 33 top 10s on tour between them. And Hanger, obviously a new addition here. We'll see in the coming weeks and months who else throws their hat in with the series. The Hunt the Front Series Championship season doesn't start until March, so teams still have plenty of time to make decisions. Hunt the Front is going to start their season in January, but that is a non-points event. We'll call it good for there today. As a quick reminder, this is our last more traditional daily show until December 30th. Don't fret though, still a lot of brand new content coming your way during Christmas week. I've got interviews lined up with some great dirt racing guests covering all sorts of different topics from multiple sides of the sport. So I'm not going away. We're not going to be posting reruns or anything like that. Fresh content all week to keep you company during the holidays. Hope you guys have a great Sunday out there. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.